and welcome to Chant Day. How is everyone out there today? It is a raining here in the Virgin Islands. It's raining here in the Virgin Islands. I am on the island of St. John. As you can see, I have my gallery of paintings behind me. And it is hurricane season. So we have hurricane season that starts in June. It goes from June, July, August, all the way to November. So hopefully and prayerfully, we are not going to be repeating Hurricane Irma and Maria, because those were two Category 5 hurricanes that came right after each other. And that was in 2017, the hurricanes hit. My daughter graduated from high school in 2017 and started college in 2017. So 2017 was a very pivotal year, very change. It brought a lot of change, like whoosh, quick change. So when I look at the earth and the fullness thereof, I see that it is the creator, but it's also manipulated by man. Mankind, okay, has infiltrated the earth in such a way that it's reacting now. It's reacting, and there is going to be an effect. Cause and effect. That's a reality, right? So when we look at the earth and seeing, we have tornadoes, we have hurricanes, we have floodings, we have fire that's going on in California, burning. So when you see all this happening, it is a sign that we as children of love and righteousness and goodness and mercy, children of the creation that is good, all things are working towards our good. We have to keep that in mind. So when we look at what's happening on the earth, I just saw a tornado, a picture of a tornado. I had to take a screenshot of it because it's important that we realize that we are impacting the earth with the things that we do. That's why it's important to recycle. It's important to take care of our environment so that our environment can take care of us. We are part of this synergy. I don't want to say synergy, but we're part of this collective. And this collective is jump off with righteousness. Now, when I greet someone, I don't greet them with hello, because hell is low and I don't want that in life. So I don't use words that I don't want as part of my life. When people speak hell yeah, they're creating a narrative for themselves about hell and applauding that. And when hell happens and hell breaks out in their life, they wonder why that happened. Because you're using words that are bringing that energy to you. Remember, energy, vibration. When you stand next to a piano and it's playing, you can feel the vibration. That's energy. So I use words that are uplifting words, words that means one thing. It doesn't also mean something else. That's where the deception comes in, where words mean several things. It's called synonyms. Synonyms. I don't use, and I try to stay away from synonyms, okay? I want to use words that are one word, like tranquility. Tranquility doesn't mean something else, right? It means tranquil, etc., right? It means a calming, environment, loving and kind and all that, tranquil. However, we use the word peace to represent the certificate that you get in the cemetery. Rest in peace. That's your certificate you get in the cemetery. I'm not in the cemetery, yet. So I am going to speak words of power, words of upliftment, words that are not dead because I'm alive. So when we talk about peace and we want peace, be careful because you may also be unknowingly causing your own downfall with that word. Okay? I don't want peace in the Middle East. I want love. Let's have love and tranquility in the Middle East. You know what I mean? Instead, we veer off into the spells of words. And these spells are put on folks. Hell yeah, hell this, hell, hello. I don't want to go low into hello. I'm going to speak greetings of love. Thank you for posting in the comments greetings of love, because greetings is better than hello. All right? Because hell is low and I don't want to go to hell, because we are living in a mini hell in our society where there's war going on. We may not be feeling the war effects, but sooner or later it's going to come to our doorstep. What are we going to do? You know what I'm talking about? So let's speak words of righteousness. Let's speak words of love. Let's speak words of kindness and mercy and compassion. Let's speak words that are going to lift us up out of the myrrh and the desolate depression and anxiety states of mind. Let's lift ourselves up from those words. People talk about, oh, you have to speak positive affirmations. Exactly. So my positive affirmations are words that are one word, one sound, one power, because that is what is going to generate the future of goodness and mercy, loving kindness. I'm spewing here. So this is a psalm, Psalm 98. Make a joyful noise to the Lord. I love this psalm. So instead of Lord, you put in your personal name for your Savior. Okay? You want to put Jesus? You can put that. You want to put Selassie the First? You want to put Jehovah? Put what is your personal relationship, because you are building that. With the Most High, you're building your personal relationship. So make a joyful noise to righteousness. Make a joyful noise to compassion. Make a joyful noise to, integrity and respect and honor and love and truth. Make a joyful noise to that is sacred. Sacred. So in verse 1, it starts off, oh, chant to righteousness a new song. Oh, wait a second here. So the way you spoke in the former days, now you are a new song. You're going to have new uplifting words instead of the words that are shackling you down, right? Think about what you're speaking before you speak. So we're chanting, we're not sinning. We are going and sinning and no more. So words that have sin, we stay away from it. Chant to righteousness a new song, for righteousness has done marvelous things. Righteousness and righteous sacredness have worked salvation. Okay? So we see that the righteousness and the sacredness are coming together for our good, for our future, because that's what salvation means. It means future. So we are building towards a future. We're not sitting waiting like Godot. There's a play called Waiting for Godot. It's an interesting play, 2 characters in it. And this play, they're sitting there waiting for God. We have to wait. But in that time, we have to manifest that we're waiting on. that we want. We have to keep our eyes on the prize by building towards that. Building, building like little blocks. We take one block and that's compassion. We take another block and that's mercy, right? So in the first block of compassion, we are going to perpetuate that in the way we deal with our coworkers, in the way we deal with our family members, in the way we deal with our loved ones or our partners or our spouses. We're going to manifest these attributes in our lives. We have to use and build these blocks because we're building towards what is above. Seek for what is above. So when we're building these blocks, we're not building them below. Hello. No. We are building them up, not down. Okay? Down pressers who are oppressors. They're down pressing. So we want up. We want to uplift folks. Okay? That is important. We have a system in the Virgin Islands where we are in an energy crisis. That's right. An energy crisis. And it's affecting the poor and needy. Because the poor and needy, they don't have the financial means to buy solar panels. They don't have the financial means to challenge the energy crisis and get a generator. They don't. So the poor and needy are sucking off of each other now like crabs in a bucket, while the rich are sucking off of the poor and needy. So it's a system and a cycle that we have to break. And breaking that starts with our individual selves realizing that water crisis, energy crisis is not going to be fixed by the big CEO corporations. They're making money off of the crisis. Okay? They're making billions off the crisis. So we now have to come together. All the poor and needy folks got to come together instead of fighting each other and making changes. Making changes. So this is what we're looking at in the Psalm today, that righteousness and sacredness are working together for work salvation for the future, right? In verse 2, righteousness has made known salvation and has revealed righteousness in the sight of the nations. So righteousness is going to be revealed, right, in the sight of all the nations, Europe, America, China, all of these nations, right? It's going to be revealed, the righteousness in the sight of the nations. Verse 3 now tells us why all this is going to be. Because righteousness has remembered steadfast love and faithfulness that folks are keeping to the house of I. Whatever your house is, a house of Vasquez, the house of Sue, the house of Carter, the house of Johnson, the house of Seward, the house of Samuel, the house will the Most High remember these houses because of steadfast love and faithfulness, even in the times of turmoil and crisis, right? All the ends of the earth have seen the salvation of the Most High. All the ends of the earth have seen the salvation, the future of the Most High, and that future is bright. Okay? I was in a Jeep accident coming down a big steep hill with no brakes, no steering. The steering was, it was stuck. I could have lost my life. So, and this is all the way on the ends of the earth. This happened on an island that's a tiny dot. Nobody sees on a map. But the salvation of righteousness came to save me. And I realized I was not going to surrender to a crash. My surrendering was to righteousness, and I had to keep moving, right? So when we look at verse 3, it's a remembering. Remember, remember, remember. Remember who you are. Remember what you are and why you are. Remember that. So in verse 4 now, it speaks of make a joyful noise. Make a joyful noise to righteousness, all the earth. And this is what's happening out here. All the earth is rejoicing with the rains that are falling. It's going to help to nourish the earth so that food can grow from the earth. Okay? We're in an energy crisis in the Virgin Islands. This is a big energy crisis where we are going through rolling electricity outages, rolling outages. So with that, we are suffering. We are suffering in the Virgin Islands, the poor and the needy. Imagine elderly people who need their CPAP or need their breathing machine or need their life support system. What about those folks? So we are in a war. This is a war here in the Virgin Islands. It's an energy crisis war, folks. This is what's happening. Just like Flint, Michigan, there was a water crisis and the government told them lies. This is what's happening here in the Virgin Islands. They're telling the people they're low on fuel. They're low on fuel. That's why there's no electricity. That's why there's outages, because there's no fuel. Okay, tell us a different lie tomorrow. So this is what's happening. We have big business, big corporations influencing our governments, and this is the result of that. So when we look at Psalm 98, and we're making a joyful noise, all the earth breaking forth into joyous song and chanting a melodious music, this is what we got to do. We can't sit back and worry, be depressed, have anxiety about the rolling outages or the water crisis. We got to keep making a joyful noise. That is who the people of righteousness are about. They're not going to go blow the government up. They're not going to go destroy anything. They're going to maintain righteousness, maintain goodness. Okay? Guns and weapons and violence is not the answer. I know you're angry out there. You're upset. You want to take arms and deal with folks. But that is not our mission. Our mission is to embody righteousness and goodness and arm ourselves with that. Okay? That's what saved me from the crash in my Jeep, was the righteousness of the Most High. You can call God, Jehovah, Lord, Jesus. I call righteousness, Kadamawe, Yahshua, Yahweh, the ancient names, right? Not the names that were put on us from the enslaved masters, from the enslavers. So in verse 5, we're going to chant songs to righteousness with the drums. Where's my drum? It's back there. So we're going to chant righteousness with instruments and the sound of melody. What did I just mention? Melodious sounds, right? Melody, sound of melody. With trumpet, pop, 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 and the sound of the horn. Remember we talked about in yesterday's psalm, the horn of Africa. The horn is mentioned again, making a joyful sound before our Most High. That is righteousness, mercy, love, and kindness. That is king and queen and royalty. We come from a royal lineage. This royal lineage we come from. It's an emergency. And it's saying, do not attempt to travel unless you are fleeing an area subject to flooding or under or an evacuation order. So, this is what's happening in the Virgin Islands. Okay? We have a flooding. So, This is serious. So we're making a joyful sound, and the earth is filled with rain and making a joyful sound. And verse 7, check out verse 7. Let the sea roar and all that fills it. This is what's happening now. The world and those that dwell in the world, in the earth. Let the rivers clap their hands. That's what's happening. Water is flowing. It's flowing. Let the hills chant. Get for joy. This is what's happening. I see over there. Okay, this is what's happening. Yep, everyone. This is the rain. This is the flooding. This is an island. I'm on an island. And, yep, rains, rain, rain. So, that is what outside looks like. Ha! So, I'm going to stay sheltered in. And I'm going to be safe because I have the righteousness that's given to me from such time ago. So, let the sea roar and all that fills it, the world and those that dwell in the world. Let the rivers clap. Let the hills chant for joy before righteousness. For righteousness comes to judge the earth. That's what's happening, everyone. Righteousness comes to judge the earth. Righteousness will judge the earth with righteousness and the people with equity. That's why diversity, inclusion, and equity is being taken out. It's called DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion. Because that is what righteousness is going to use to judge I and I, the people. Okay? So we want to be on the good side. We want to be on the righteous side. Be on the loving, compassionate side. The goodness and merciful side. That's what we want to be on. Okay? And I ask that the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart is acceptable in the sight of the Most High. Selah and Selah again. Here ends the Psalm 98 for the day. I wanted to look at what our verse is for today. So let's look at, where am I? Our verse today, when I looked at the verse today, I was pleasantly happy because the verse today is coming from Ephesians. One of my favorite books is Ephesians, chapter 3, verse 17 to 19. And it speaks, so that righteousness may dwell in your hearts through faith. And I commune with righteousness, that all of I and I, being rooted and established in love, may have power together with all righteous, sacred folks. Come in. To grasp how wide and long and high and deep is the love of righteousness. That's so beautiful. And to know love that surpasses knowledge, that you may be filled to the measure of all the fullness of righteousness. Selah and Selah again. Here ends the verse for today. Ephesians chapter 3, verse 17 to 19. I love that. I love that. When you take out the labels of God, Lord, and Jesus, and no disrespect to those who call those names, that's your decision. Okay, I don't look down on anyone who does that. However, those who are just coming into the knowledge of God, Lord, and Jesus, you have to look at it as righteousness first. That's what you have to look at. You have to translate it like that, because if when you don't, you get caught up in the battle of names, the battle of Jesus, the battle of Joshua, the battle of Jesuas, the battle of Yeshua, Yahweh. All the battle of these names becomes a battle when all underneath them is righteousness, love, and kindness and mercy. So why can't we go to that first? And we can build our relationship, and we'll be the name will be revealed to us in our building of that relationship. What happened to me? In my building of my relationship, the name of God was revealed to me. And in that revelation, it gave me a sense of, wow, but the world doesn't call that. The world calls this. But guess what? I am in the world, but I'm not of the world. And whatever the world embraces, I am going to be very skeptical about, because the world is set up in such a way where, guess what? It's nefarious, and it's very greedy, and it's a society of, usurping the authority of righteousness. Oh, hey! Ooh, hey! You heard that thunder? Yes. 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 We hear that thunder. Yep, and my dog hears it too. He probably hears it differently. He's hearing it differently. Really pouring out. I'm getting text messages. Oh my gosh, my phone is like blowing up like, are you okay? What's happening there? Blah, blah. So I'm good. But the house may be flooding. I don't know what's going on. I got to go outside, and I got to check on my mom and make sure she's okay. So here we go. We're going to end the psalm right now because I wanted to share the word of the day. And let me see if I can find the word of the day real quick. Where is the word of the day? Because the electricity is going to go out soon. It's going to go out shortly. Okay, here's the word of the day. Grace. Grace is the word today. Loving hearts and caring hands bring grace to the world. What did I just mention this? This is awesome. Thank you so much. So when you have your daily word little booklets, the word today is grace, and I'll read it quickly, and then I have to go. So for Thursday, June 6th, the gift of divine grace often comes into my life through the presence of my dear ones, right? My friends and family, who somehow know just the right things to say or show up to help without being asked. This happened. A good friend of mine saw a post on Facebook about my son's passing and how people are blaming me for his passing, and I blame myself. And she called me. She reached out and called me on the phone, and she says, "Are you okay?" And she showed up without being asked. She called. I said, that is a friend. That is a true friend. I feel, and that's grace. That was grace at work. I feel the presence of righteousness through the kindness of words from good folks and through the work of their hands. Likewise, I am blessed to realize others can know the righteous grace through I. That this realization gives added meaning to my impulse to help and serve. I see myself as doing more than completing tasks or doing favors for others. Now I see myself as a divine channel through where grace manifests on earth. The same thing I mentioned. Grace of righteousness is given through me. So it's in me and through me. Bless everyone in the path, grace of righteousness. Serve one another with whatever gift each of you has received. 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 10. Thank you so much for joining Chant Day. Have a blessed day, everyone. Selah and Selah. Have a blessed day. The electricity may be going out soon, so I'm trying to charge everything up, make sure everything up. My phone needs to get charged up. Have a blessed day, everyone. Stay alert. Stay alert. Stay alert. I'm looking at the weather report here. They don't know anything that's going on. They don't know anything that's going on, y'all. They do not know. They don't know. I don't see the weatherman who brings the weather. Have a blessed day.